Good day, ma'am. Today I am going to share my reflection on the movie Social Dilemma. But first, let me share the synopsis of the movie. The film features interviews with a number of former employees, executives, and other professionals from a big tech companies and other social media platforms such as Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Twitter, YouTube, and Mozilla. These interviews These interviewees draw on their primary experience at their companies to discuss how such platforms have caused negative problems on the social, political, and cultural consequences. Some of the interviewees qualify that social media platforms and big tech companies have provided some positive change for the society as well. These interviews are presented alongside scripted dramatization of teenagers' social media life and addiction. This is my reflection. The movie is an eye-opener, not only for us youth who is more susceptible and more engaged in the technology, specifically the social media platforms that we enjoy such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and many more, but also for the whole family, community, and the world we live in. The dangers of technology may seem not seen or observable because of how it helps us in our daily needs and wants. Using Facebook, we may able to in touch with our family, friends, and colleagues miles away with its messenger application. Instagram and Twitter also share the same features. YouTube, on the other hand, helps us to entertain ourselves and learn something. For example, our our lessons. These applications may seem not dangerous to us and to our society, but if we look closely and think critically, these social media sites are like rust that slowly damages our society, government, family, and also ourselves. The social media is not a tool. It is not something that is waiting at the corner waiting for us to use. But in reality, it doesn't work like that. Big companies that operate these social media platforms have their own goals, and that is to manipulate us, the users, to use them constantly for us for us for us users to use our gadgets constantly for a long time as possible because we thought that we need them, which is true, but on the other hand, these big companies need us to gain more money. Internet manipulates us. One of the phrases that phrases that struck me the most is the words of Tristan Harris, who said, "If we are using a product for free, then that is not the product. We are the product itself." These social media platforms manipulate us, our parents, and the world by thinking that we need them more than anything. And the more time we spend on these platforms, the more we get addicted to them. According to the research, the number of youths who suffered from cyberbullying, depression, anxiety, and harming themselves, like suicide, kept increasing each year since these platforms were introduced. Social media creates harm to us psychologically, and we became more fragile, depressed, and weak from much positive and negative information which which we received every day. The application feeds us with more interesting content every day, the one that we love to see and love to watch until the time that we get addicted to them. This was true to my experience also during the pandemic where I couldn't go outside and do some recreational activities. I had no other choice but to surf on Facebook, chat on Messenger, and surf on YouTube for entertainment. Entertainment was the only sole purpose of using my phone and social media that back then. But but I did not realize that I was slowly getting addicted to these platforms. I always look at my phone on what is interesting happening outside, surfing the internet, and watching movies. The system always feeds me something new, something interesting, until such time I can control myself from opening my phone. I believe this is not limited to myself. There were millions of people, especially youth, who were addicted to these platforms, more addicted than I am, that they neglect their social life and, and focus more on the world presented by the internet. And it is sad how these applications such as Facebook, Messenger, and Instagram, who aim to help others unite with each other, ended ended up creating barriers of communication to the family members and to their friends. Little kids with age 2 years old and above were given smartphones by their parents in order for them not to disturb on the ongoing work. This may seem normal and became a common solution to this problem, but the sad part is they introduce to their children the wrong method that will surely ruin the life of the children, and it is confusing. This global problem that must be fixed. It is not because the big companies that controls these platforms make money of us, but because of the fact that they manipulate us by feeding us good contents until we get addicted is something that should be observed to stop or to control. The cast of the movie were certain that someday, somehow, we'll overcome this dilemma that we have faced as long as we kept united to this certain goal. That's all for my that's all for my reflection, and thank you.